So, welcome back to the Canada Specialist Program series. So lovely to have Melanie back with us today from Travel Manitoba, joining us live from Winnipeg. Mel, lovely to see you, and over to you.
Thank you so much, Charlie. It's yeah, super excited, and I just checked the date on my calendar, and I guess as Nathan mentioned, yeah, Focus is just over a month away. So really excited to get back in market, and look forward to hopefully meeting some of you there. And we may or may not have a little prize that we might be sharing with Nathan to hand out at that event. So make sure you sign up quickly for that. So I'm really just wanting to share a bit about Manitoba. Some of it might be a repetition for some of you. Some of you, it might be brand new information. Please feel free to add your questions to the chat. Happy to answer them as we go along. So let's show you. Oh, this is not working. Oh, sorry. Let me just. Our US border is North Dakota and Minnesota. Non-stop flights in from Vancouver and all of the main Canadian gateways, as well as from the US, from LA or Chicago, Minneapolis, Denver, some of those big hubs as well, back directly into Manitoba. I want to just introduce you a little bit to Winnipeg, which is our capital city. We really refer to it as the gateway to the north. It's an incredible city. It's about 800,000 people. So in terms of a population, not huge, but really an exciting performing arts and culture scene, some incredible world-class attractions, whether it's our Canadian Museum for Human Rights, our Assiniboine Park Conservancy, and I'll show you a couple of photos as we go along. And thriving Indigenous scene in terms of both workshops and experiences, whether it is soapstone carving workshops or beading workshops, our culinary experiences as well, craft breweries, gin, different grains producing different experiences, and from the culinary scene, some really world-class culinary, eclectic, unique experiences, including Indigenous ones too. This is our skyline, our Winnipeg skyline. To the left is our Canadian Museum for Human Rights. And that bridge in the foreground is a walking bridge that takes folks over to our French Quarter. Just to give you a sense of some of the attractions within Winnipeg, this is at our Assiniboine Park Zoo, a major focus on polar bear research and polar bear conservation, and a terrific sea ice tunnel in the zoo itself, where you can enjoy cocktails or have incredible photo opportunities as the bears are swimming above you. Our Indigenous experiences provide not only culinary experiences, but also cultural, whether it's learning about treaties, participating in our Non-Such brewery that offers beer and bannock experiences, or actually enjoying the music and the culture of powwows. Our Indigenous experiences are growing. We've got a brand new tour at our Assiniboine, at the Forks, where our Assiniboine River and the Red River meet, called Turtle Tours, and that tells the story of Turtle Island and the folks that lived here, as Charlie pointed out, those Indigenous folks for thousands of years before we came. Before I jump into Churchill, which is really our big bucket list experiences, I just wanted to share a couple of ideas for some self-drive opportunities or fly drive opportunities coming into Manitoba. One of the destinations that I really enjoy, and it's one of my favorite parts of Manitoba, is known as Riding Mountain National Park. Four-season destination, whether it's summer or winter experiences. We've got a lot of lake life, camping, some boutique hotels, whether it's the lake house property. We also have Elkhorn Resort, which has just opened a Nordic spa and outdoor thermal experiences on the property. So definitely a wonderful self-drive experience. It's only 2.5 hours drive to the west of Winnipeg. And definitely if folks have some extra time to spend in the province, or they're doing any pre or post Churchill, for 2.5 hour drive, it's really a worthwhile destination. But let's spend the next few minutes talking about Churchill and the different seasons of Churchill, and what you can experience. I'm not too sure how many of you, I don't see the chat at the moment, but how many of you are familiar with Churchill, or if any of you have been on a fam tour to Churchill. It's a remote frontier town. The population is about 850 people that live there year round. You can imagine that. We never describe it as really a true luxury destination. The luxury is in the sense of authentic experiences. It's that luxury of time and space and remoteness, and things that folks cannot do anywhere else in the world. As a selling point for Churchill, I always liken it to, if folks have done Africa, or if your clients have done Galapagos and they've done wildlife safaris in Africa, Galapagos, or other destinations, Antarctica, this would be that next level of wildlife. This is that wildlife that you really cannot do anywhere else. So if they're looking for that bucket list and they want to check off wildlife that they cannot find in any other continent, this is going to give them access to that Arctic wildlife. It's very remote. There's no road access to Churchill whatsoever. The only way to get there is by plane or by train. And I should add, I should probably add into the slide as well. We are seeing expedition cruise ships as well, and I'll touch on that as well. Churchill is known as the polar bear capital of the world. There are as many polar bears in this region as there are people. Besides Churchill, we have two other real big claim to fame. So one is we get about 60,000 beluga whales that enter the Hudson Bay each summer. They come in to calve, mate, and have their babies and exfoliate on those shallow river beds. And I know Fred has some incredible photos of experiences to share with you in a moment. And our other incredible opportunity that makes this perfect trifecta, besides the polar bears and the beluga whales, is this area statistically and scientifically demonstrates 300 nights a year of northern lights. So we know the northern lights happen every single night of the year. We just need clear, dark skies to see them, and you're going to have that up in Churchill. Summer months are really our North American summer months, July through to September. This is when you're going to have the polar bear viewing by boat or on the tundra. The beluga whales, whether it's kayaking or aqua gliding, stand-up paddle boards, boat tours, zodiac tours. I was up in Churchill last week. There must have been thousands of belugas, more than I've seen in a long time. It was absolutely incredible. Summer months often provide opportunities for sightseeing by helicopter as well, to get out and over on the tundra to see the change in the wildflowers, the fireweed starting to come out. Also on the summer months, we've got dog carting, Indigenous cultural experience presentations. And from the beginning of August onwards, incredible northern lights. I know I've mentioned it in previous presentations, but my favorite season up in Churchill is really August, because you've got the polar bears, the beluga whales, and northern lights, and you can check them all off on the same day. It's incredible. Just to give you some of the images or the photographic images of those summer months. Really, most people think you see polar bears only in that snow and ice, but the summer is spectacular. The tundra is alive with this fireweed. Just incredible images. That Hudson Bay, the ice breaks up in about May and June, and that's when we start seeing the bears come to shore. And this particular photo is typically the end of July, beginning of August, when that fireweed is so prevalent. Whether it's kayaking with the belugas, or as Fred will show you, a couple of other opportunities, aqua gliding. This is really what it looks like from the air. People are like, am I going to see a beluga? For me, it almost looks like grains of rice in the water. It's just incredible. There are thousands of them. And to see these baby belugas that are dark gray swimming alongside their moms is incredible experience. The fall and winter, so our September to November season, up in Churchill gives you different opportunities and different experiences. The bears are getting antsy to head out onto the snow and ice. They're waiting for that bay to freeze so that they can get out and get hunting for seal and nutrition to provide them sustenance. So the polar bear viewing looks a bit differently in these months. In September to November, you're seeing the bears either on the large tundra vehicles, and again, I know Fred is going to touch from that, or from one of Churchill Wild's remote eco lodges. They have lodges that are a flight away from Churchill, and they provide walking safaris. So their guests are actually walking with polar bears. They're not um, they're not seeing them from these large tundra vehicles. And then an incredible operator like Frontiers North Adventures will have a mobile lodge out on the tundra, their Tundra Buggy Lodge, where they base the lodge out on the tundra. You're seeing the bears from their tundra buggies during the day, and at night sleeping on this incredible mobile lodge. You could be waking up in the morning and you're in the bear's natural habitat, and they're surrounding the lodge. Other wildlife that you could see in these months as well could be Arctic wolves or Arctic fox, ptarmigan, snowy owls, etc. Dog sledding is a huge activity in the fall and winter months as well. Dave Daly, Indigenous Métis operator, provides an incredible I did a mile experience. So it's not a I did a rod, but it's doing a mile through the boreal forest with his incredible sled dogs. And again, helicopter sightseeing is an opportunity. Just some images of these bears and moms and cubs in the fall months. Curious bears up against the tundra buggies, which is so exciting to see. You're really 10 foot above the ground, and the bears are leaning 8 to 9 feet above it. So you're perfectly safe. They're just super curious, and it's an incredible experience to see. And then Northern Lights. So we do have a dedicated Northern Lights season. Peak viewing is really February and March. But again, as mentioned, you can see Northern Lights 300 nights a year. If you're coming up, if your clients are looking for something pre or post ski trip and want to come up to Churchill, Manitoba, we've got incredible Northern Lights experiences, whether it be with Frontiers North Adventures again, and you could be having a culinary experience where you're dining underneath the Northern Lights. Other opportunities of viewings from Aurora Pods or Aurora Domes. Again, Lazy Bear Fred will talk to you a bit about their September experiences as well. So again, Northern Lights can be seen almost all year round. I'd say May and June are not great, nor July, because the sky never gets dark enough. But from August onwards, again, it's an incredible experience. This is Frontiers North's culinary experience where they're dining in the Northern Lights. So they would set up the dining in the middle car. The top of the dining car has a glass roof. And again, once the lights are out, you're dining under the Northern Lights. They'll also set up an ice bar and a bonfire outside, and guests can experience that incredible opportunity. Just a recap very quickly to close off in a minute. These are, again, our main seasons of Churchill. So summer, July and August, your bears, belugas, and Northern Lights. Fall months is going to give you bears and other Arctic wildlife. And then fall colors. And then our winter, February, March, Northern Lights culinary experiences. These are our main hotels. And again, I'll share this presentation, but these are the main hotels and operators that you would experience. The top in blue are Winnipeg, the reds are Churchill, and the greens are other operators outside of those two areas. And with that, couple of images of the properties, and I'm going to wrap it up and Tundra Buggy Lodge with Frontiers North. And with that, I'm going to hand it back to Charlie and say thank you very much, and here for questions at the end.
Thank you so much, Melanie. Always love seeing presentations. Manitoba is such a unique and such a
It
special
really is.
destination. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Thank you. And yes, Melanie will follow up with lots more resources because you really can't cover Manitoba in 12 minutes.
We'll try.
You try. They do an awesome job. But yes, there's so much more. So yes, there will be more follow up.